Alright, today we are working with the Coachman Freelander Micro Mini. It's unit 2636. So this is what we have today. We're going to start on the outside, work our way in. Right here, you're going to have your first compartment space, which is your propane tank. Your propane tank is full. You don't have to worry about filling it up. Use it, bring it back empty. That's totally fine. It's already on, ready to go. You don't have to worry about coming in here at all. Right here you have another compartment for like an outside TV area. This one doesn't have an outside TV yet, but it's coming. Right down here you're gonna have another little storage compartment space here. This little connection here is for solar panel ready, so it has that part will connect it in. Right here you're gonna have your water heater. It is electric, so you're just gonna press your switch on inside, and once you go inside I'll show you where that's at. You don't have to worry about coming out here at all. The hot water takes 10 to 15 minutes to get hot, so you don't have to wait a whole half hour or longer for it to get hot water. Get hot water right away. Right here you have some 110 plug sockets. Just make sure you're plugged into shore power or you have your generator on to get power circulating through here. Right here you're gonna have your big compartment space. And you also have compartment door holders here that help hold the door open, so you don't have to worry about using your head or one hand trying to put stuff in here. It just holds it all on its own. So you have a pretty good size compartment space in here. It doesn't look like there's any lights in here, but it's a pretty good size storage compartment. Right back here you're going to have a ladder to get to the roof if you need to get to the roof for any kind of reason. Right here you have another outside compartments that's going to go into that same compartment space as that front one there. That little hole over there is just your water drain area there. You don't need to worry about going inside there. That's for us when you come back. Right here you're gonna have your elbow for your sewage area. This will always be in that back compartment there. It might even be in a bag. This one here is just to show you. This one you want to make it 2 full turns into the hole at the campground, just to make sure that's gonna be stationary. You want to do it 1 turn, it might pop out, so I always say 2 turns will do it. Right in your bumper here you're gonna have your sewage hose. It's a pretty good long sewage hose. I'll say about 10 feet or so. It's pretty long. You're gonna want to get the parts here with your claw. Open up your compartment area. Another compartment door holder. Right here you're just gonna get with the claws and the little nipples. You're just gonna screw on to your right. Tap it in right there. Right here I do have all the valves open because we empty them all here. So once you have this connected and this part connected to your sewage area, it just locks in place like that. And then you're gonna pull your black valve first. Just pull it all the way out, let it all drain out. Once it's all drained out, then you're gonna close it, and then you're gonna open your other gray valve up here and also down here. That's your sinks and showers. That's gonna help clean out your hose. So when you're done flushing and everything, that will clean out your hose. When you disconnect from here, it's not gonna be that yucky stuff. It's gonna be just the clean water from the sinks and showers. And then you also wanna put your cap back on here, so that way you don't have to worry about anything draining out while you're traveling back to wherever you're going. Right here you're gonna have your city water connection. You're just gonna get your water hose. So right here's where your water hose is gonna be. This right here is your water pressure regulator. This just reduces your water pressure from the city to the pipes in the unit. The pipes in the unit are as durable like as your regular house pipe. So this one here, you're just gonna screw it on. You're just gonna screw it on here. So when you get to the campsite, you're gonna screw this in, tighten it, put this other end here into the spigot and tighten it down. And once you're in this position, this is gonna bypass your water pump, bypass your freshwater tank, go straight to your sinks, faucets, toilets, shower. So go out of all those, so you don't have to worry about having your water pump on. This will save on battery as well. So right here, you're just gonna untwist it. So take it off. To fill up your freshwater tank, you're just gonna screw this one on this side. Just tighten it down just the same as you're doing your freshwater, your city water. Tighten it down, put this other end to the spigot, turn it on. Once this water tank is full, water's gonna be coming out through the bottom of the unit. So if you see any water dripping or coming out of the bottom, don't worry. It's just the overflow for your freshwater tank. Just letting you know that your water tank is full. And you could also look inside at your monitor panel, and that'll also show you how full you are. Okay. This will just be right back inside your compartment space here. Wrap it up. Throwing water at you. So that's gonna go just right in there. You do want to keep your water hose and your sewage hose separate, so that way you don't get charged for a water hose for the contamination. Right here, you're gonna have your cable connection. This here, if they have cable at the campsite, plug it in here with your coax cable, and you'll be able to get cable inside the unit. Right here, you're gonna have where your electrical adapter is right in here. So it is a 30 amp system. So once you get to your camp place, you're gonna pull it out, plug it into the 30 amp that they're gonna have there, and then you get all your power. You don't have to worry about having your generator on or anything like that. This will substitute your generator. Inside here, I don't know if you could see it, but inside here on the side here, you're gonna have a plug that's a 30 amp. This plug here, you're gonna want, can you see it in there?
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, you're gonna want to plug when you're gonna leave the campground. This thing here has to be plugged back inside. So once you get to your going, you want to just kind of put your hose, and then you're just gonna plug it back in. Make sure that it's plugged in and secure. Otherwise, if you drive off and you turn your generator on, you're not gonna get all that full power because you need to plug it back into itself to get everything going. So if you don't plug it back into yourself and you have your generator on and you call the shop saying you have no power, we're gonna ask if you have it plugged, if you plugged itself back in. If you have it plugged back in and you're still not getting any power, then it might just be a breaker, and we'll go through that when we go inside. And close that. This right here is just your compartment for your refrigerator, like your piping, Freon, things like that. You don't need to worry about going inside there. This down here is where your furnace is at. This here is your furnace exhaust. This will be hot, so if you have your furnace on when it gets cold, this will be hot, so just be careful when coming outside. Then right here, you just have an extra compartment space here with your water hoses right here, so that way you can also put other stuff in here. Just note not to put your sewage hose in here. Right over here is where you can have your generator. You do have another compartment door holder here. This here's your generator. You're just gonna flip these the switches here up just to open your door to it, and it just comes right on out. And then here, you're just gonna press where it says stop. Press stop until this red light turns on. Once that red light turns on, you're ready to start it. Once it starts, hold it down for 10 seconds after it starts, just to make sure you get all the cycle going. Once it starts, it's gonna be on, and it's also just press stop, and that's gonna turn it off. Your generator does run off your engine gas, so if you're driving and you have your generator on and your gas gauge gets to a quarter tank, your generator will turn off, just so that you're not gonna run out of gas. It's gonna give you enough gas to make it to a fill station. Once you fill back up, you can start your generator right back up and continue on your way. Right in here is where you're gonna have where your gas is at, your gas tank. So right here, it doesn't have a gas cap. You're just gonna push your gas nozzle in here. It's unleaded fuel only, so no diesel or anything like that. Just the regular gas is fine. You have to have your driver door open to access your gas area. Now we'll go inside the unit here. So right here on the entrance, you're gonna have where your fire extinguisher is gonna be right here on the side, and you're also gonna have your monitor panel here. So right here, you're gonna have where your water pump is at. You're gonna flip your switch on to get water pump pumping. You only want your water pump on if you're gonna use your water. You're gonna want your water pump on. If you're not gonna use your water, just leave it off. It saves on battery. You also have your water heater here. It's gonna be on gas. So you're just gonna flip your switch. Once your water heater lights, this light will turn off. Once if the light stays on, that means your pilot did not light on your gas. You want to turn this off, leave it off for a few seconds, and then turn it back on for it to ignite. Right here you have tank heaters, so say at nighttime and it's really cold and you're feeling like it might freeze your tanks, you can always turn this on, and this will keep your tanks warm so it's not going to freeze. Right here you're gonna have where your LP tank is full, your batteries are full, your fresh water is almost full, but when you come pick it up, it will be full. Your black tank is empty, your gray tank is empty, then your auxiliary tank is empty, which is probably just your kitchen sink is what the auxiliary one is, because on the back you have extra valves for your gray tank. So turn your generator on, you're just gonna press primer here just once, and then you're gonna start it. This blue light indicates that your generator is on. Once it's on, hold it down for a few seconds for about 10 seconds afterwards, just to make sure the full cycle got going. Then you just let it go, and then you'll turn it off just the same way. Right here you're gonna have your porch light, and then you're also gonna have your interior lights right here as well. This right here is gonna operate your awning, so we'll go ahead and we'll bring your awning out. You're just gonna press the button here and it's gonna go out. We do recommend that if you do have your awning out, if it's windy, you wanna leave it in. If you have it out already and then the wind starts to pick up, then you're gonna wanna bring your awning in, just so that the awning is not gonna take off like a parachute. You want to make sure you have your flap out on your awnings. That's when you know that your awning is all the way out. Once you see that little flap right there, that's all the way out, and then you don't have to worry about bringing it. If you hold it down further, it's going to come in backwards, and you don't want it to come in backwards. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and we'll bring it back in. You just hold the button and it's going to come all the way in. Right here you have a 110 plug socket, so make sure you have your generator on or you're plugged into shore power to get power circulating through these jacks down. Right here you have those sides in, they're going to come right in there up. Right here you have a chair here, and then if you look underneath, you could also use it as a little storage area. You have a fire extinguisher right there. Your blinds are just going to push up, push right back down. It's real simple. You have your TV up here, you're just going to pull this little string down here, pull it down, and then your TV has a swivel, so that way you can see it better when you're watching TV, when you're eating dinner or anything like that. Then to put it back, you're just going to push it back in place, and then that's going to lock itself in motion there, so when you're driving, you do want it back in here so it's not going to bounce around and cause any kind of damage to the unit. You do have a DVD player right up here as well, and your remotes are right in the inside here. So this one right here is to your TV. So right there we'll get your TV turned on. So right there it's on AV, which will be for your DVD player. If you're not going to use your DVD player, you're just going to press source, and that's going to get you back to your regular TV. Then you get regular TV channels here. Then to go back, you're just going to press source. It's right there on the remote. Just press source here, and then just go back down to AV, and that's going to get you back to your regular, back to the DVD. Your remote just sits right up here. This here is your antenna for the roof. All you can do is press this little button here on the side, and then you're just going to turn it. It's just a little dome, so it's not going to crank up and it's going to be in the sky. It's just a little dome that just sits on the roof. So you just use this just to get that better signal if you need to. Right up here, you're going to have where your top bunk is at. You're just going to pull this here towards you. It's just going to sit right here in this little space. And then you also have this part here, which is just like a net, so you don't roll out or anything like that when you're using it as a bed. So these are just gonna sit just like that. That way you have it to where it blocks it from there. And then you also have a ladder here, which your ladder is just gonna connect to your bed. So here, this just like right back, just the same. Puts in place, and then it's just gonna sit right on those little hooks that it has. Then you're free to get up to the top. You have a roof vent here. You're just gonna crank it out. Just make sure you're not driving with your roof vent up, otherwise the wind will take it and rip it off. So we do recommend you leave it down while you're driving, just so it doesn't do that. Right over here, you're gonna have a light for the top bunk, and then you also have blinds that are just the same as all the rest. Just pull them down, pull them back up, you'll get all that going for you. You have a little bit of a pillow space here, so if you want to use it as a skinny pillow, you can. Put this back. This just sits up here, and then it just comes right back up. Just so that it's out of the way. You can have your table here, but this will turn into a bed as well. You're just gonna wiggle this up here. It's gonna come out. You're just gonna put this to the side, and then you're just gonna wiggle this one out as well. Wiggle that out. Wiggle that out. Underneath this front cushion here, you're gonna have your seat belts, and you could also use this as a storage to store your pulls, like at nighttime or when you're gonna use this as a bed. These will just sit right in the inside here, just like that. And then you can also put your seatbelts inside of the compartment as well, just so that you don't wake up with the seatbelt mark or anything like that when you're sleeping on the itself. I'm gonna get it right here. Right here on this bottom cabinet here is gonna be your extra pulls, which these here are gonna help you put your table bed into a bed. So you're just gonna put those just like that. This one here, you just want to just leave it upwards. This was just going to come down. You want to set it in there, and then you're just going to make sure you have these lined up right underneath, just like that. And then this here is going to come down right back into where it was at originally. There, this one you're going to take off the wall, and this one's going to come here, and then this here is your bed. So if you want it as a bed, this is how it's going to be here. If you're not going to use it as a bed, you can just pick it right back up, just follow the same steps. Pick it up, put this to the side, pop these two things out, put them back underneath. There's just a small little space for them right underneath there. And you're just going to take your pillow off once again, pick this up to where it's out of your way. You're going to get your bars back. You're going to put your bars back in front. Doesn't matter if you put the bar this way or the other way, it's going to be the same on top and bottom. Then you're just going to put this here back underneath. Just make sure you grab your seat belts to put them back through all these little notches that this one has, so that way you could use it back as a seatbelt when you're driving, just like that. Slide it right back in to where it sits right inside there, and then your cushion here is just going to come right back in place. Pick up your seatbelts, put your cushion in, pick up that. It's just going to squish all the way to the back wall there. Then you're going to have all your seatbelts here. Then you also have a couple more seatbelts there. For your table, you're just going to get your table once again. Just pick it up, make sure you just kind of match up the holes. Then you're going to have it back as a table there. Right up here, you're going to have more storage compartment space here. You're going to have a switch right here for your lights underneath. And then you also have a divider curtain here. This one here is going to come straight across. So this one here is going to come from the corner there, all the way across here, all the way across. And that right there is going to be your divider curtain from the public. So at nighttime or anything like that, you don't have to worry about anyone looking in. This will cover all that, so you can enjoy your family time. And then just fold it right back up. And it just goes right back in front there. And then just, if you're using your lights, turn them on. If you're not using lights, just leave them off. It helps save on the battery. Right here, they just come down, go right back up, real simple. Right this way, you're gonna have where your refrigerator is at. Your refrigerator, you're gonna wanna leave this on gas. So this switch here, if it's out, that's on gas. This one here you wanna put in, and then this one here you just wanna leave where it's at. If you push it in, it's gonna be on auto, and that's more for if you're plugged into shore power. but I always say leave it on gas. It works better on gas. You don't have to worry about it using a lot of propane. You use very little propane for it to keep going. And if your propane does happen to run out or there's an issue, this light here will stay on just for you to check it. Just to check your pilots, make sure that you're getting gas through your stove and things like that. So you have that there. So you have your refrigerator, your freezer here. It takes about an hour or so for your refrigerator to get so it's top cool, but we will already have that on for you when you come pick it up. You have your bottom refrigerator here. This little white thing right here on the side, you can see how it has this coldest and warm. This right here is going to be your thermostat for your refrigerator. So say you have it all the way up and you have your refrigerator on, and maybe your milk or something down here got frozen, you didn't want it to get frozen or got too cold, you're just going to adjust this a little bit lower just to keep it in this little blue diagram there, and that's going to keep your refrigerator from getting too cold or too hot. Okay? Right down here, you're going to have where your breaker box and fuse box is at. So down here, so say you have your generator on or you're plugged into short power and your air conditioner is not working or your microwave didn't turn on, just come down here, make sure all your breakers are on. Then you also have fuses, and then it also tells you which fuse is for which. So just in case there's any kind of issue or problem, this is where you'll check first. Right in here, you're going to have a closet space with the top bar there so you can hang clothes, hang things if you need to. You have more drawer space down here. More drawer space here. Right inside this door here is where your bathroom is at. Inside your bathroom, you're going to have a switch right here on the right hand side for your lights to turn on. You have a little closet space here just for extra essentials, cologne, perfume, things like that. You do have a towel holder here. Right here's your toilet. It's just going to be foot pedals. You're just going to press the button there with your foot and it's going to come out through. You also have a toilet paper holder here. You have a 110 plug socket here with the GFI. So say you're plugging a coffee pot in or something and it's not getting that power to that plug and you're plugged in or you have your generator on, just come right here, press the button just to make sure that you reset it. Right here you just have your sink faucet, same as like your regular house faucet. Right down here you're going to have your 4 rolls of tissue that we provide, and then also your 2 chemical packs. Your 2 chemical packs are here. These here are just if you're using the restroom for a while and they're having a kind of a smell, you want to throw this inside your toilet area here. Right here is going to be where some water is at. This here is just going to dissolve with the water. Once it dissolves for a little bit, flush it the rest of the way down. Once it goes down there, it's going to have a better smell, and it also breaks your tissue up better. Right here you're going to have your shower. It's going to have the shower here with the handle. It's just going to come out. It's pretty far out, and then you also have your on and off switch here for your shower. Right in here, your shower door is just going to come here. Just going to push all the way closed. You're also going to want to push these closer too, just so that it is like a spring action. So once you let this go, it's going to come back right away. So you always want to pull these up, and the bottoms too, just to bring them closer, just so it has a better hold. So if you have it all the way open and you close it here, it might not stay. That's what I'm saying. You just got to get this, pull these a little bit closer, top and bottom, and that's going to lock it in place so you don't have to worry about fighting your door or holding it and trying to shower with the other hand. Just make sure you use these just to pull them a little bit closer to the wall here so you have that better access. Okay, right here you have a roof vent for your bathroom. You're just going to crank it on out just like that. You also have a roof fan, so that way you can get all your fan freshness coming in. Just make sure when you're driving that this is down so it's not going to fly off and hurt anything or anything like that. Right in here is going to be where your bedroom is at. You're going to have plenty of storage space here, all the top. Then also you can have more storage space all here on the back. Okay, right here your blinds are just going to be the same, just like the rest. Just going to come up, come down. You're going to have a little bit of a shelf space right here, just for like your phone or anything like that. You do have a charging center for your phones right there. You have your light switch for your bedroom right up on the top. You also have 110 plug sockets right there. And then for here, you're just going to push this up, and these are just going to fold in just like that. You also have another light switch right here for the ceiling lights. And then you also have your furnace here for your heater. This here you want to make sure when it's off, you want to put this switch all the way to your right for it to be off. For it to be on, flip this switch to your left. And then you're going to turn this switch all the way on and then your heater is going to come out through the bottom there, through all your vents. And I always say to turn it all the way to 90 when you first turn it on. Once it's on and you feel that it's getting warm, then you want to adjust this down to 70 or however how you want it. You don't want to leave it on 90 because then that's going to roast you because it's going to get really hot. So once you start feeling that it's getting warm, if you have it on 90, then you want to adjust it so that way you're not getting too hot inside the unit here. Then when you're done with it, just put this all the way off to your left and this top one all the way to your right. You're going to hear it click. That's going to be off. When you flip it back the other way, you're going to hear another click and that's going to be on. Right here on the side, you're going to have another 110 plug socket here, just for extra. Right down here is where your heater vents are going to come out of all these. You can have one here, you can have one by your door, one inside your bathroom, and then you're going to have another one underneath your kitchen table there. Right here, you're going to have some compartment space here. You're also going to have some drawer spaces. This here is going to be your key. So if maybe you might have locked the bathroom and you shut the door and the door is locked, this is going to be your key to unlock it. You're just going to put this key here inside the hole, and then you're just going to turn it, and that's going to unlock your door, so you don't have to worry about, oh no, I'm locked out, how am I going to get back in? This is going to be your key to unlock your bathroom door. Right here, you have more drawer space here, more drawer space here, more light right here on the side. You can have a light. You can also going to have more cabinet space above as well. You also have more drawer space here as more cabinet space. No smoking in the units. Right here you do have where your microwave is at. It has a microwave plate. We do ask if you have your air conditioner going and you need to warm something up in your microwave, we ask that you turn your air conditioner off and then use your microwave. When you're done using your microwave, you can turn your air conditioner back on. We do recommend that you not use them both at the same time. That will kick a breaker on the generator, or it'll turn the generator off because that's too much power for the generator. Right here you have an overhead fan, you have an overhead light, and then you do have your stove. Just put it to light, and then with your lighter you're just going to light it here with your lighter, and that's going to turn that on. Right here you're going to have just regular house blinds here. You can have these little sides here. There's going to be your mini blind holders. You can see them better here. So when you're traveling, you're going to want these in the up position, or you're going to want them down inside your mini blind holders, which there's little holes on the sides that they insert into, and then the same thing on this other side. And then that way when it has it in here, you could travel with them like this, or in the up position. If you don't have them in this, your blinds will be flapping back and forth, and that might cause damage to the slide or to the unit. It'll put some scratches onto the wall. So just to avoid that, keep them in your mini blinds or all the way in the up position. Right down here, you're gonna have more little compartment space underneath your stove area. To turn your air conditioner on, you're just going to turn this valve here all the way to this other side for the cool. You can have these things closed for it to come out the sides, or you can have this thing open and it's also going to come to the sides and all the way around. So just depending if it's a hot day, you could open this up, stand underneath it, get all fresh, or you can just leave it closed and it's going to come, the air conditioner is going to come through all the side vents here, all the way across. But your air conditioner, microwave, and TV will only work if you have your generator on or you're plugged into shore power. Those are the only way. Otherwise, and it has to be plugged back into itself for the generator to work. And that is it.